A warm, late summer evening sets the stage in Orlando as week one of the college football season continues on. With the sun still shining over the bounce house, the UCF Knights opened their campaign against FCS Southeast, aka Bethune-Cookman, in a Thursday night matchup. UCF turns to transfer senior quarterback Alonza Barnett III, who arrives from James Madison looking to make an immediate impact, while senior tight end Dylan Wade gives the Knights a dependable target and a physical presence on offense. Bethune-Cookman has the opportunity to test itself against a Big 12 opponent on opening week, while Central Florida looks to begin what it hopes will be a memorable season. The countdown is over. FCS Southeast, aka Bethune-Cookman, and Central Florida are ready to kick off in Orlando.
A live look at Acrisure Bounce House in the heart of beautiful Orlando, Florida. We will find out a whole lot more about these teams this week one showdown here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Condors and the UCF Knights. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
UCF has a unique stadium, the Acrisure Bounce House. Florida tries to get this going loud and proud in Orlando. It opened in 2007. Nearly 50,000 fans pack it in to make sure that is loud and crazy for the Golden Knights. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. So the UCF Knights kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. On the move from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So the Condors offense will have the ball first. And David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. You know, I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the running back spot. And I think you leave him, Jesse, going, I want a little bit more. I want more consistency, more big plays, so this offense can really take off.
I think the coaching staff, I think the fans know for the future of this program, they need to upgrade at the position. They'll try to do that in recruiting or the portal. But for right now, today, this guy has to be able to make plays when his
quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes in the 22.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy. We heard he's got a chance to be really, really good. Talking with coaches this week, and he gets his first sack. Listen, guys, I'm in pass rushing. Everybody remembers their first sack.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. They'll run it from the gun. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. The Condors will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. No fair catches here, looking for room. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. So UCF's offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And here's the big fella, senior tight end. They'll try to feed him today. And what a luxury it is to have a weapon like this at tight end. He is a big play that can happen at any moment.
There's a lot of great attributes about a tight end, like the size, the physicality. This guy, though, what sticks out the most is the speed. If you want to play him man-to-man, put a linebacker on him, that's a problem. You put a safety on him, he's still got good enough speed and size to go win. Palmer, this guy, they put him everywhere, and he wins because of that blazing speed.
It's really crazy to think about that he might actually be their fastest. If you had everybody lined up at receiver, tight end, just running vertical routes, he might actually be the fastest. And, Dave, we've even seen him on film run away from cornerbacks as well in man coverage. Nobody can seem to catch up with this guy. A very unique skill set for a tight end.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Grab behind the line. It's Charles. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Sends it back in motion. Now the play fake. Throwing right. Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. The Knights line up to punt it away. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll try the counter. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. And you don't want to start this game with 2 straight punts. Big 3rd down opportunity coming here. The screen, he can go. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And it'll be the Condors will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Trying to impose their will with the run. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Looking for a man. It's Barnett. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Finding some room. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. He'll throw it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Punts it out of the air. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a 1st at the 29. The keeper on the option. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. Tight end getting vertical. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Big play on the catch. It'll be enough to move the change, but there is a man still down on the field. The Knights have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Past the 50, the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Condor! The defense putting points on the board.
What a nice job by the defense. Not only getting the football out, the awareness to scoop it up. I got space, get up the field, a little caravan to the end zone, making the big play. And this offense in game one, man, not only do you give up the turnover, you give up a touchdown, and you haven't scored that many points. They got to get it together.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. Fielded in the end zone, it's Farmer. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Down by a touchdown, and we'll see if they can get on the board with this drive. Snags it over the middle.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
That's caught. It's Charles. He is not afraid to use that stiff arm as a weapon as he bangs his way to the 28. Motion from the wide receiver. On third down, here's Watson. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. The Knights with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The run inside. It's Watson. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They'll keep it on the ground. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's 4th down. Punt is on its way. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. He'll do it himself. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming. After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on 2nd down. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs later in football games.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push linemen back in the pocket, collapse it, come away with the sack.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Wright. Keeps looking downfield. Didn't get past the marker when he started his slide, and now it's 4th down.
Man, now if this offense could go back, they'd be like, throw it away. You know, don't take the sack earlier in the downs because the scramble now puts you in a good 4th down situation. Interested to see what this offense does, but they got to stay away from those negative plays.
Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Motion from the wideout. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's looking deep. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So after that false start, now dealing with 2nd and 15. A handoff for Watson. Shoots through that hole and picks up 5. He's out to the 11. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes it on the run. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Kick is in the air. Nestles it in at the 35. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. Keeps it on first down. Got enough for the first. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Here comes the option. Pulls it again on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll move the tight end. Here's how the career starts. His first carry. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Oh, he missed it. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. The Knights start this drive as the offense looks ready to go. Trailing 7-0 as they try to get this offense humming. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a man. It's Barnett. Under fire. He'll pull it down and run. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. Punt is in the air on 4th down. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. It's a draw. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So the officials spy that face mask penalty, and the offense gets a first down. Running to the left. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The touch pass goes absolutely nowhere, knocked down for a loss. They missed a field goal on that last drive, but here on 3rd down, they can't afford for this possession to come up empty. He's knocked down immediately, tried to catch them napping on the run and nothing doing. And play stopped for just a second as there is an injured Knight on the field. The Condors send out the punt unit. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Catch is made at the 15. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. So now it's 2nd and long. Bounced off his feet. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. It's complete to the right. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They punted away on 4th down. Not a lot of room to field this one. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The run to the right. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. And it'll be the Condors will hustle to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Knights going to go ahead and call their first timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. Punt is on its way. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Off play action on 1st down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Finds his man, it's Watson. Could not make his way to the corner. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. Scanning the field, it's Barnett. Throws to the wideout. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. They booted away on 4th down. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Leaves it with the back. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Back to pass. Here's a heat.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Bring in the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. UCF wants to take a moment. They use their 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. The kick is on its way. Secures it at the 30. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Complete. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Pulls it in. It's Wade. Now the Knights will call their third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Under fire. He's got it. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
Man, this quarterback's been in a nice rhythm all drive, hasn't he? He's just playing on time. He's making good decisions. He's now got the offense at first and goal. I'd let him throw it down here. He has earned that right.
Oh, they're after him. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's open things up with Georgia Tech taking on the Colorado Buffaloes. And it's the Yellow Jackets looking to win their home opener. They haven't had a ton of success with that in recent years, but they've got the lead right now in the first half. Now back over to your game inside the bounce house. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys inside the bounce house.
The Condors will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. UCF hoping to get things rolling here on offense. Low-scoring first half, but now an opportunity to get things off on the right foot here in the third quarter.
Well, and the good thing is you had time to go in the locker room. You had time to discuss what they're doing, what our plan of action is now moving forward, Palmer. They might have caught them off guard a little bit. They know they should have made some adjustments.
Yeah, you had a chance to regroup and go back and think about, okay, where do we think we have our...
Caught, and he's got room. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Knights headed quickly to the line.
It has not been a banner performance so far by this offense. Here in the second half, they need more plays like that. That's a good sign, but you got to be able to put those plays back to back now. Really nice job early in the drive, coming up with the big one in your own end. But now you've got to be able to string some of those along now and score some more points.
Caught behind the line. It's Thomas. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime they were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. And right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Hey, guys, I tell you what, man, they went into half. They were ready to rock and roll to start this second half. They put a nice drive together, and then it's just about managing the game, right? Don't take points off the scoreboard. I start to get in an area where I'm in field goal range. I'm getting ready to score a touchdown. Be smart with the football. He gets just a little greedy, and the defense makes him pay.
The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4. And it'll be the Condors can really attack on this 2nd and short. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Might as well stick with him. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Goes to the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Condors will send out the punt unit. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Reads it, fires complete. There he goes. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Still on his feet at the 45. Touchdown Knights! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
And there's more of an art to this than you know. Like, to stick the ball in the belly of the running back and read a defender perfectly. They bite on the running back. QB makes the right read in Palmer. It's nice to have those wheels to go all the way down the field and punch it in for 6.
Yeah, David, this is a coaching staff that wants him to run the football. And sometimes it's going to be designed runs. Sometimes it's going to be scrambles in the passing game. But the RPO is another way that he can hurt your defense with that speed you're talking about. Great decision to keep it. Nice job taking it all the way to the house.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. On the option. The option, he'll keep it. And he'll be hit immediately. No gain on the play. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? QB draw. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. The option looked. He'll toss it. There's a crease. He's wrestled to the ground. They ran the option beautifully, and they pick up the 1st down. Now it's a 1st down from the 43-yard line. They're going to ride this running back. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Fighting off the defender. And without that spin move, I'm not sure he would have gone very far at all, but a solid pickup on the play. The play action fake. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with the sack.
And it'll be the Condors will bring the punt team onto the field. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Grabbed over the middle. It's Charles. Nice job by this guy finding the slot guy on a drag.
Yeah, receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. That's an easy completion.
Got it behind the line. It's Watson. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. The pull and throw off the RPO.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
That's reeled in. It's Charles. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the fourth quarter gets underway. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Back to pass, it's Barnett. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They just keep firing. Grabbed in the middle. It's Wade. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. First down here as we dive into the college football season. A Week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Rides the option. He keeps it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man in the middle. He is stopped well short of the first down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on 4th. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Absolutely perfect. They have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Big time kick right there, man. 4th quarter, clutch time. You needed to come through to take the lead, and now the pressure goes to the defense. You got to keep this lead. Got to get a stop or 2 more, and you can get the dub in this football game.
On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. After giving up that field goal, they find themselves trailing and trying to do something about it on this drive. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. The give on the counter. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll run it to the right side. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Condors come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's right. Pressure coming. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Offense scoops it up and still going. After that sack, they're in a different zip code now. 2nd and long working here. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Gets it out quickly. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. And it'll be the Condors will punt this one away. Wants to return it. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. Picks up the first down. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. The Knights with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires to the tight end. and he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. He's got him. Quick spin on the run. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. The Knights look to keep this drive humming. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got a man, it's Wade. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. The Knights go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Quarterback keeps it. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Pulls and fires complete. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. They'll run with Watson. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Motion from the wideout. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, UCF! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They march 72 yards, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw. It's right. Takes the easy one to the back. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Looking down the middle. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Rushes on him. Going to try to get it himself. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. They're going to go from their own side to the line quickly. A big play here. The throw. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. This offense has it with really good field position. Running inside. It's Watson. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? He'll keep it on 2nd down. Maybe a crease. Headed to the end zone. And he
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach, and that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking downfield, it's right. Working that wide receiver screen. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Lets it fly. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Here they come, trying to convert a third and short from the 28. Keeps it himself. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. Third down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving and keep the sticks rolling.
The Condors lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Pocket breaking down. He'll try to do it himself. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play. To the air on second down. Here comes the heat. Got his man to the left. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. We've waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
So it took a little longer than Central Florida would have liked, but they eventually kind of pull away for a 24-7 victory over FCS Southeast / Bethune-Cookman in Orlando. Taking a look at the team stats, Central Florida had the edge in first downs 22-10, total offense 472 to 167. Rushing yards 198 to 81, passing yards 274 to 86, third down conversion percentage 33% to 21%. Central Florida did have the only turnover. That was an interception by Alonzo Barnett III, but otherwise he had a really good game. Time of possession was won by Central Florida just by about a minute. Looking at the players' stats, Alonzo Barnett III for Central Florida finishes 29 of 43 for 274 yards, no touchdowns passing anyway. One interception thrown. For FCS Southeast, Earl Wright finishes 11 of 17 for 86 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading rusher for FCS Southeast was Rock Johnstone, 14 carries for 40 yards for him. For Central Florida, quarterback Alonzo Barnett III led the team in rushing, 8 carries, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Duke Watson added 70 yards on 14 carries. Leading receiver for Central Florida was Dylan Wade, 6 catches for 104 yards for him. For FCS Southeast, they were led by Curtis Nix, 6 catches for 53 yards. Leading blocker for FCS Southeast was Torrey Haley with 5 pancakes. For Central Florida, they were led by Tyler Gibson with 8 pancakes. Defensive leaders for the Golden Knights, Ty Bartram led the team in total tackles with 8. Horace Lockett and L.A. Jesse Harold tied for the team lead in tackles for loss with 3 each. Harold also was the leader in sacks with 2, and no interceptions for Central Florida. For FCS Southeast, Audric Bush had the only interception. There were no sacks. Joshua Alfred and Leon Branch tied for the team lead in tackles for loss with 2 each, and Audric Bush led the team in total tackles with 13. Kicking for FCS Southeast, Turner Mills missed his only field goal attempt, but he did make his only extra point attempt. In Central Florida's Will Stone made his only field goal attempt from 32 yards. He was 3 of 3 on extra points. Punting for Central Florida, Atticus Bertrams had 6 punts for an average of 56.6 yards per punt. Incredible average for him. And FCS Southeast Ty Minchie had 9 punts for an average of 52.6 yards per punt. Not bad for him from him either. Kick returns for FCS Southeast, Tyrone Hickson had 3 returns for an average of 16.3 yards per return, and Kevin King had 2 returns for an average of 22 yards per return. For Central Florida, Rick Darius Farmer had 2 returns for an average of 18.5 yards per return. And punt returns for Central Florida, Dwayne Thomas Jr. had 6 returns for an average of 8.6 yards per return, and Pace Jenkins had 2 returns for FCS Southeast for an average of 8 yards per return. Looking at the scoring summary, in the first quarter, FCS Southeast / Bethune-Cookman got on the board first with a returned fumble from 77 yards out from Leon Branch. FCS Southeast led 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. There was no scoring in the second quarter, so FCS Southeast held a 7-0 halftime lead. In the third quarter, Central Florida finally gets on the board with a 68-yard touchdown run from Alonzo Barnett III. It was 7-7 going into the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Central Florida gets a 32-yard field goal from Will Stone, a 3-yard touchdown run from Dwayne Thomas Jr., and then a 26-yard touchdown run from Alonzo Barnett III. And that gives you your final score of Central Florida 24, FCS Southeast / Bethune-Cookman 7. The Golden Knights avoid an embarrassing upset on opening night for them on a rainy night in Orlando. The headline from the game says, home field advantage. The USF Knights are now 1-0 after defeating FCS Southeast at Acrisure Bounce House. And you can see Alonzo Barnett III was the player of the game for Central Florida, while Rock Johnstone was for FCS Southeast. Central Florida obviously much higher rated. You can look at their schedule. They've got a game at Pittsburgh next week. They'll need to be a lot sharper if they want to win that one. Our next game coming your way will be another Thursday night game. We'll see Kennesaw State. They're hoping to bounce back from that Week 1 loss. They, of course, lost to Florida International on the road. So the Owls will look to bounce back against FCS Southeast. That'll be next time. But from Orlando, Florida, the Central Florida Golden Knights get the win. A little lackluster, but they still get the win, 24-7 over FCS Southeast / Bethune-Cookman. And we will see you next time.